Startup. This is the first step into the world of entrepreneurship, where most people try their luck in business. At this level, everything is on a small scale. Investments are low. The business is usually run by a single person, and profits are limited. However, for many, this is the starting point for something much bigger. Before the internet revolutionized sales, many people started their businesses by selling products in local markets. This includes farmers selling fresh fruits and vegetables, beekeepers with natural honey, small dairy producers, and artisans creating unique items such as handmade jewelry or wooden crafts. Why does this model work? Simple. People prefer local, fresh, high-quality products. Plus, selling directly to the customer eliminates middlemen, meaning a higher profit for the seller. With the growth of the internet, small entrepreneurs are no longer limited to customers who pass by their market stall. Now, anyone can sell online, even without a physical store. Platforms like Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, Etsy, and eBay have made it possible for small business owners to list their products and reach a much larger audience. Now, someone who makes scented candles or custom t-shirts can sell them nationwide without needing a retail space. Even though starting an online business may seem simple, challenges like competition and order management can be a big problem. Local store. At this stage, the business becomes more stable but also more complex. It can no longer be managed by just one person, and for this reason, the first hires appear. This is where the entrepreneur truly starts to understand what it takes to run a commercial space. On the other hand, the biggest advantage is that you build a loyal customer base. The neighbors, the people who walk past your store every day, they become the foundation of your business. Many entrepreneurs choose to invest in local promotion, perhaps through Facebook ads or collaborations with small influencers in the city. But with growth come challenges as well. Rent, salaries, bills, all of these need to be paid every month, regardless of how many customers you have. And if you didn't choose a good location, you risk not having enough foot traffic. A physical store depends heavily on positioning. If you are in an area with a lot of daily foot traffic, your chances of success are high. If you're hidden on a side street, it will be much harder to attract customers. Let's take Alex as an example, a young man passionate about coffee who decides to open a cafe in his city. At first, he rents a small space with just a few tables and invests in essential equipment, a high-quality espresso machine, a few specialty coffee varieties, and some homemade pastries. He promotes his business on Instagram and TikTok, trying to attract as many people from the city as possible. Soon, word about Alex's cafe spreads. People start talking about this cozy place where you can enjoy a great cup of coffee, and foot traffic increases. But with that comes a major problem. Alex can no longer handle everything on his own. He notices that in the morning, when people are heading to work, long lines form, and some customers leave without buying anything. So, he makes the inevitable decision to hire a barista to help him, giving Alex more time to interact with customers. Once he brings in extra help, Alex can start expanding his business even further by adding new items to the menu, partnering with delivery apps, or even organizing themed events to attract new customers. CityWide Recognition. Your business is no longer just a small shop or a tiny restaurant. Now, people from all over the city have heard of you and come because they recognize your brand. You no longer rely only on random foot traffic. You have a solid base of loyal customers. With this growth comes the need for expansion. Multiple locations have already been opened, and this brings new challenges. Supply management becomes a critical factor. It's no longer enough to handle inventory personally, and finding reliable distributors becomes essential. If you sell physical products, you must ensure that your suppliers can deliver consistently and on time. Delays can lead to empty shelves, which affects your sales. Moreover, distributor pricing directly impacts your profit margins. Marketing becomes even more important. It's no longer just about attracting occasional customers, but about building a strong citywide reputation. Investing in ads, social media, and local partnerships can make a huge difference. Franchising. Until now, the business has grown organically, but now a crucial question arises. How can you scale the business without having to manage every location yourself? The answer is franchising. Instead of investing your own money and time to open each new unit, you offer other entrepreneurs the opportunity to use your brand, systems, and know-how. In return, they pay an initial fee and a percentage of their revenue. Franchising is a business partnership, where you, as the founder, become the franchisor, and those who adopt your business model become franchisees. They must follow clear rules to maintain brand consistency and service quality. That is the fastest way to massively scale a business. If you were to open dozens or hundreds of locations by yourself, you would need huge investments and a large team. With franchising, growth comes from the investments of your partners. Some successful examples of franchising include McDonald's, Starbucks, and Zara. Niche domination. A niche is a well-defined segment of the market, a specific domain where competition is more limited, but demand is large enough to sustain a profitable business. To dominate a niche means that your business is the most influential, the most well-known, and the most trusted in that category. Think of companies like Red Bull in the energy drink industry. They are not the largest beverage producers in the world, but in their niche, they are king. Or consider GoPro. They don't dominate the entire camera industry, but when it comes to sports and adventure cameras, they are number one. Global Monopol. Now, you control an entire industry on a global scale. Anyone who wants to enter your market must refer to you. The competition is either too small to matter, or you have managed to eliminate or acquire it. A global monopoly is a company that dominates multiple markets or industries worldwide, holding immense control over pricing, distribution, and innovation. It's not just about being the best, but about having absolute power in a broad industry. Examples of global monopolies: Google holding over 90% of the search engine market, Amazon, which dominates global e-commerce, having an almost unbeatable logistics infrastructure. Apple represents in its ecosystem, iPhone, App Store, and iOS. Users are nearly locked into the Apple universe. At the same time, these companies have some characteristics to hold the global monopoly. They are present at a global level and have managed to expand into all the countries of the world. They have control over pricing because they have absolute power in the market, and the competition becomes irrelevant or indirectly controlled. Space colonization. The expansion beyond Earth into space, and even interaction with other extraterrestrial civilizations, are no longer just science fiction scenarios, but inevitable directions for the future of business. At first, it may only be about hotels and luxury orbital stations, where only the wealthiest people can afford a vacation away from gravity. But as technology advances, space tourism becomes accessible to the masses, and planets like Mars or the Moon become common destinations for visionary entrepreneurs. In parallel, companies begin to exploit resources from asteroids, extracting precious metals and other rare materials that become the foundation of a new interplanetary economy. Factories in microgravity produce advanced components, much more efficient than those made on Earth, and colonies depend on industry giants for food, oxygen, and water. Imagine a company that holds a monopoly on extraterrestrial language translation technology, or one that sells unique products from Earth, coffee, chocolate, perfumes, to species that have never experienced such sensations before.
Subscribe.